Starkville, with just over a minute left in the second quarter Saturday, Nick Fitzgerald's deep pass attempt downfield to Gabe Myles fell incomplete. Fitzgerald then glanced to the sideline. Dan Mullen motioned with his hands, as if to tell him the pass just needed a few more inches. That was him saying, don't think about it, just throw it out there and let him go get it, Fitzgerald said. At this point in the game, the Bulldogs led by only 3 points against Kentucky. With the first half coming to a close, Fitzgerald was staring down a 4th-and-1 situation. So he did what he does best. He ran the ball 40 yards for a touchdown. "I just saw it," Fitzgerald said, and took off. His mindset was to just duck under Kentucky's defensive line. All he needed was 1 yard. What he saw, though, was that the left side of the field was wide open. He sent his team into the half with a 10-point lead and momentum Kentucky would never regain during MSU's 45-7 win. More, Mississippi State's win over Kentucky shows it is capable of bigger things. Fitzgerald's passing game is still a work in progress, but this was another positive step forward for him and was, perhaps, his best game of the season. Mullen said it was a 6 to 12-inch day, meaning Fitzgerald was just 6 to 12 inches off on a few key plays that would have otherwise ended in long completions. The pass to Myles at the end of the second quarter was one example. "He made some great plays," Mullen said. "I think he missed a couple. He had great reads, great checks, got us in the right play, managed the game." Mississippi State quarterback Nick Fitzgerald, 7, throws. Mississippi State quarterback Nick Fitzgerald, 7, throws a pass against Kentucky during the first half at Davis-Wade Stadium. Photo, Jim Brown, USA Today Sports. Mullen added that he was very pleased with Fitzgerald's decision-making and pointed out that he deserves more credit for making the right reads on underneath throws. Fitzgerald constantly did that successfully against Kentucky. In the second half, Fitzgerald helped blow the game wide open. MSU opened the third quarter with a 7-minute scoring drive that finished with a 10-yard pass from Fitzgerald to Jordan Thomas. Kentucky's defense entered the game allowing only 97.2 rushing yards per game. Mississippi State ran for 282 yards on 48 carries. Fitzgerald accounted for 115 of those yards on 12 carries. Those yards put him over the 2,000 mark on his career. His 2,063 yards rushing over his career makes him the 6th quarterback in SEC history to rush for 2,000 or more, joining the likes of Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow and Mississippi State's last play caller, Dak Prescott. With 10:29 left in the game, Fitzgerald looked up at the home crowd gleaming as they announced his accomplishment. He said he couldn't hear a word that was said, but he was smiling just the same. "I just saw myself on the Jumbotron and people just started jumping on me," Fitzgerald said. "I didn't know exactly what was going on, but that's amazing. It's huge and I owe it all to my teammates. I mean, my job is pretty easy most of the time. I just kind of run." Mississippi State mascot Bully, 2nd from left. By photo.